I know we were all thinking that Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness was going to get crazy. Well, wait till you get a load of this thing. Everything Everywhere All at Once might just be one of the most bonkers, crazy, fun, emotional movies you will ever see. It's actually amazing how much they fit into this movie and what they do with everything, because it's a really intricate juggling act. I mean, just from some of the filmmaking aspects to the comedy to the drama, it all just blends actually super well. So the story centers around Michelle Yeoh's character, Evelyn Wong, and Evelyn is tasked, I suppose, with saving the multiverse from this threat that is, destroying everything, trying to get to her. Why her specifically? That is a mystery that does get unfolded throughout this film. But she has to jump between the personalities of her other selves in all these different universes. Yes, it sounds complicated because it kind of is, but it kind of isn't. It's hard to explain. If you see the movie, you'll understand. But essentially, so like in one universe, she's a chef, so she uses those skills in the current universe we're following, where she can use those skills to fight or to complete some sort of task or whatever at hand. Little obstacles she's got to deal with. Mainly, it's just fist fighting. So she uses those skills to her advantage. There's one scene where she uses her ability from another universe where she is a sign, one of those sign flipper people that you see on the side of the road advertising, like Little Caesars or whatever. But she learns that skill, and that applies into a great fight. Anyway, the directors of this, Daniel, they do some weird stuff. Let's be frank. They did that film with Daniel Radcliffe and Paul Dano a few years back, and I can't remember it for the life of me at the top of my head. The poster's probably right there on the side. It's the one where Daniel Radcliffe plays the dead corpse. If you haven't seen it, it's super weird, so I'm not surprised that this movie is even weirder than that one. But for all the right reasons, this movie is weird. You see all these different great universes. A universe where maybe people have hot dogs for fingers. Yes, I know we go there. And not to spoil too much, that might be as far as I'll have to go without getting too spoiler. And it's just crazy. The supporting cast is so good. I mean, not only does Michelle Yeoh carry this film, her husband in the film, played by Huy Quan, I believe is how you say his name. He played Short Round in the second Indiana Jones movie, Temple of Doom. That's where a lot of people remember him from. He is this has to be one of my favorite performances of the year, is what he does in this film. He has to jump between so many different personalities because, just like his wife, he's coming in from different multiverses, and he's got to play these different types of personality to the same person, which is a lot of fun to see, and he's got a great range, and I thought he was phenomenal in this. Then you have Stephanie Hazu, I hope I'm saying that right, I probably butchered it, as the daughter of that couple, and she's kind of the crux of the story too. There's a lot involving her and her mom's relationship, which they get into. It's kind of the drama of it all. Then of course you have the great James Hong as the grandfather of this family, and he kills it whenever, he's got great comedic timing, and he comes in, he delivers some of the best one-liners of the movie. It's utterly awesome. And then you have Jamie Lee Curtis, who almost borderline unrecognizable, but she comes in and she also delivers a great little performance, even though she's not in the whole movie, but she's kind of here in bits and pieces throughout the film, and she is great as well. So this is a great cast, great directors doing this, and I think the juggling act that they did with this is second to none. I mean, I sat there watching this film going, I can't say as I've ever seen anything this well edited, this well shot and choreographed. Everything was meticulously, figured out, and it's incredible just watching this because you're jumping between universes. I was floored by the level of intricacy that this film had to pull off, and it pulls it off. The only real gripes I have with this film is the length. It's not that long of a movie. I mean, compared to something like The Batman, which is nearly 3 hours long, this is about 2.5-ish hours. I'd have to relook at the runtime, but I mean, we were there at the theater for about 2.5 hours, and it does start to feel long at a certain point. As great and as crisp as that editing is, it does, in the end, feel a little long. I don't know what they could have cut to save time. I just know that I felt it, and while that's not that big of a deal because I think the story is great, I think that all the stuff in it is great, and I'm not even sure what I would cut, but I still had that feeling that it was just a little too long. Because like I said, the editing is just so precise at times and is so well done in a lot of spots that I might have overlooked a few little bits where maybe I was like, oh, that could have been trimmed out. That could have been trimmed out. Because this is a lot to process. I'm still processing this film because, this, was one of the greatest theater experiences I think I've ever had. Like I said, I've never seen something, and there's one scene in particular where I simultaneously wanted to laugh and cry. They pulled something off that is really hard to do. It gets emotional and funny at simultaneous moments, and I can't think of a lot of films that do that as well as this film did. And boy, I could gush about this all the live long day, and I know a lot of people aren't going to go out and see it. That's why I want to do a review. That's why I want to talk about it. I want to hopefully tell more people about this movie because it needs to be seen. Don't wait for it to get put on DVD or Blu-ray or streaming. Go see this in a theater. Support it in the theaters right now, guys. Look it up on your phones and go check it out because this is a not miss movie. This is something that I guarantee you will not see anything like this at all this year. Even with a movie like Doctor Strange, which is titled The Multiverse of Madness, the real Multiverse of Madness was in this film because I can't imagine Doctor Strange getting nuttier than this. I'm going to say I'm giving this film a solid A. It does everything pretty much right, other than feeling like it's a little long. That's my only real gripe with this movie because everything else was stellar. I know this might not be even the kind of film that I would go back and revisit right away. Like I saw The Batman in the theater 5 times. This might not necessarily be a film I go see over and over again, but it's definitely one I will keep talking about. And it's definitely given The Batman a run for its money in being one of my top films of the year because not a lot of films are getting the grade that I'm giving, and it's a solid A. That's what this is, and it's so stinking good, guys. So stinking good. Please go see it. I implore you to go see it. The trailers don't do it justice because you think the trailers are wacky. Wait till you see the movie. The movie's even wackier than the trailer. So yeah, leave your guys' comments down below. Are you interested in going to see this? I really would love to talk to people if you do end up seeing this. Again, leave the comments below. I love interacting with people about movies, and this is definitely one I want to talk to people about. Hit that like, guys, if you like the review. Hit the subscribe button as well as the little bell notification to get notified whenever I drop new videos like this one, because I love putting out videos of films that not a lot of people see and getting some, getting the word out there about something like this, because this is definitely a film that's going to be going under the radar, fighting Sonic 2 coming out this week, as well as a Michael Bay movie, that Ambulance, that came out this week. I think it's going to struggle a little bit to find an audience. So yeah, guys, go to the theaters, go check this out as soon as you can, if possible, because this needs to be seen. And I'm very excited to hear what everybody says. I keep saying that. I am. I really want to know what other people think about this movie because it is completely bonkers. And I guess until next time, guys, I'll be seeing you.